So when you come up to Joyce Kilmer here, and it's hard to tell just how big what that pine log is, but it's a big one. But we ain't here for pines. We've here for big poplars. And right here is basically the first really big one you come to. Now granted, this is not the biggest poplar you'll find, but it's still a big one. And if I can find a spot right here, I will try to demonstrate how big it is. Hold on. Okay, so I'll try to show you how big this thing is compared to me. So I've got roughly a 6-foot reach, so as you can see, it's a big tree. Sorry for the angle, but hanging on a limb. So I'll try to keep it steady, but we'll get up here to the next big poplar. And like I said, I've not been here in quite some time, so I've kind of forgot exactly where they're at. But and it could have been the biggest ones are on the upper loop, possibly. I'm not sure yet. But this is the lower loop, and they said something about the little bridge thing down below is closed. Said something about the trail had washed away or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, this is it's not a hard trail. It's a pretty easy trail. You know, some steps and a little uphill, but not bad. Okay, we finally got to another great big one, and the bark on these, they look kind of weird a little bit compared to smaller poplars. Whoa. And I just we're getting into the thick of it now. I think I'm on the right path. But this one's a little bit bigger than the last one, and a lot of dead pine. But and you can't really, you know, it just goes up through the canopy. It's about, I think this one's probably pretty close to, maybe getting close to 100 feet. Alright, so here's one that's young, and you can see there's quite a bit of difference in the bark, the way that it looks. But we're in the woods. So here's another one. You know, the other ones they kind of walk around and whatnot, but this in here they've not been walking around. And yeah, it's on this upper trail, and the further up you get, the more of them you start seeing. And I remember now, last time that me and Dad came over here, it was in the fall of the year, and a lot of the stuff had died down, a lot of the greenery died down, and they was if you want to see the trees and just see the trees, then you should come in the fall of the year. If you just want to come to the woods and see a few big trees, then come any time of the year. Or winter time, you could see, you know, a lot during the winter, when all the leaves is off. But you know, as you get up here and start looking around, at first you're just like, well, you know, yeah, there's a couple of pretty big trees. And I growed up with a great big poplar tree in our yard. It hadn't ever been cut. It was a corner tree. It marked the boundary. It was so, and there's a lot of big trees in western North Carolina that was corner trees. Now here's one that they walk around a lot. And that one's about the same size as the other one. But then if you look right up there, there's some more big ones. And like I said, the further up you go, you start seeing you have to get on this upper loop to start seeing the bigger trees. Here's another big one. You know, and it's difficult to tell. I mean, they're all big trees, so it's really difficult to tell which one's the biggest. I'm sure if there's a park ranger around or something, they could probably tell you. But don't wear flip-flops. Wear yourself some shoes. I run into a little ground snake and about stepped on him, and then just about stepped on a copperhead. And so I got me a stick, this stick, and tried to kill it, but I was unsuccessful. But you know, I can say this, that this is not the only, this might be one of the few places that's never been cut that was pretty easy to get to, but this is not the only forest in western North Carolina. So that tree right there is about 4 foot through. Now I don't know if I'm standing about the same distance away from both trees. This tree here is probably 8 or 9 foot through. So, and then there's another big one, and right up there's another big one. So, yeah, pretty nice.